Hi, this is Judith from Day Sky Design, also known as Day Sky Sister on my YouTube channel. Today I'm planning to show you how to make a lamb, and it's to celebrate the month of March, and it's in like a lion, out like a lamb. I don't know if anyone's heard of that, but I'm really hoping it's in like a lion, out like a lamb this March. And you're going to need these 3 different color felts. You're going to need a cream color, you're going to need white, and you're going to need black. I'm just showing you little samples, but you're going to probably need more of this. But the black, that's probably about all you're going to need. Of course, the matching threads, a needle, some polyester fiber fill, and a ribbon if you want to make it a hanging plush, and also scissors to cut out the pattern and the felt. And you can get the pattern off of my blog, and I'm going to post it right here. But as you see, I cut out the little lamb and I'm ready to sew her up. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is definitely sew on the eyes. And as you notice, the back piece is going to be all white. Then you have like the little top, kind of like the top of its head. So you want to sew on those eyes. Make sure you position them. Make sure it looks right, before you sew it on. And so then you're just going to want to fell stitch in the eyes. I want a little equal space away from the side of the face. So that's what you're going to do next. You're going to sew on the eyes and the nose, and then sew in the mouth. So we have the face stitched on with the little mouth, and I just used the same black thread that I used to sew on the eyes. Next you're going to want to line it up with the back, and then make sure that this is lined up like so. And then you can sew this top piece on. Gotta make sure it's all well lined because you don't want it to be off. Okay, so there you go. Grab it up and then just start sewing across this area with a fell stitch like that. Just in and out. Make your stitches kind of even across. And we'll just continue that, and then I'll show you. So next I'm going to sew the ribbon to the back so that it can make it a hanging plushie. And after I sewed across, I'm just going to go over here and have my folded ribbon and sew it in. I'll make it even and center it, and then I'll just go right through here, because then this way the stitches won't show at all. You don't want to make it make a little knot, a little blanket stitch right here, just to hold it in place, kind of like a knot. See, there. That way this won't stretch over too much. And then just go along here and sew it in. Just make sure that your stitches are not coming through to the other side, because you do not want it to show. Alright, and I'm going to do the other side, and that'll secure it enough, because we'll probably stitch the top anyway as we go along, sewing the back and the front piece together. Next I want to stitch, I'm not going to put these together yet, but I'm going to stitch the body to the head, and notice there's like a little notch at the top, so that's where you're going to stitch it right on there with a fell stitch. Go all the way across, and then match it up. Then match up the back. Make sure that they're even with the front, so that you don't have a lopsided looking lammy. So after you're done, that you're going to want to do is you're going to do it like this for the back. You're going to make sure that it all matches up like so that you stitch this on like correct. So this matches. I don't know if you understand. Okay. Next you're going to want to sew the ears together and put a little fluff inside of them. So we're going to start in the middle, and then you're going to blanket stitch all the way around. But before you get to the end, you're going to want to put a little fluff in the middle of them to make them fat. Then after you're done sewing them together, you're going to want to sew it to the top portion of the wool. You're going to want to sew them in here. Oh, let me show you. You want to sew them in here like so. of course, that's after they're stuffed and sewn together. Okay, so we're gonna okay, next you're going to want to sew the ears on that you have already sewn together and stuffed. So I'm going to take white thread, not the beige that you used to sew the ears, but the white thread, and you're going to go and do a fell stitch across. You can go in and out. I like to go all the way through. I feel like it's more secure. And then when you go on the other side, you can just, you don't have to go all the way through, but you we'll just stitch it in. I'll show you. Anyway, there we go. Oops. There we go. Okay, next you're going to want, after you sewed on the ears, you want to sew on the little tail in the back. Make sure you got the right side. Don't have this ugly side. Make sure. And then all you gotta do is sew right across the top. And it would be best if I put a knot in my thread. But anyway, you got the picture. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to sew the little arms and legs together and stuff them. So you're going to want to do a blanket stitch around the two pieces to make an arm and a leg. And you notice one is shorter than the other. That is the arm. And before you get all the way around with your fell stitching, once you get around to the other side, about here, stop. And then stuff it with some stuffing, because it's going to be harder if you're here. And so it's easier when you're almost to the end. And then finish sewing, and then you can attach these to the back or to the front, whichever you want. And I'll show you. Okay, next we're going to sew on the arms and the legs to the body before we sew the body together. So what you're going to do is match them up, go through the back, come out the front, like so, and then you're going to fell stitch across to secure the arms and legs onto the body. Okay, we've got the two bodies all sewed, and all we got to do is match them up and sew them together and stuff. So your arms will be attached to the front or the back, whichever you decided. And then you're just going to stitch around the head. Okay, I sewed up the side, and I'm going to show you how to do the ribbon area. So I got as close as I could, and I'm going to do one more closer fell stitch. And then what I want to do is go in go between the ribbons. I'm going to go through the ribbon from the top to the other side. Oops. And then I want to go in here and diagonally go up this side beside the other stitch, not necessarily that. And then I go, this one's a little short, I want to go through the ribbon again to the other side. Oops. I want to go in and come out again beside it. And then I got to the other side of it. I'm going to do another blanket stitch. Like so. I'm going to finish blanket stitching over there, and then I just fell stitch. See, all I did was I just fell stitch along here. And there we go. Okay, I stuffed the head and the body. And I didn't stuff it here like I thought I would. I went ahead and sewed all the way around. And then I left this part open. I'm going to sew that up. But when I get to here, I'm probably going to want to stuff a little more down into the body. But since I want to be able to close it right now and sew it shut, I'm not going to. So I'm going to go ahead and sew it together till I get to here. Then I'm probably going to stuff a little more in and then shut that. Okay, we're all done. And this is the little lamb that I made. I think it's pretty cute. Look at that. and the little ribbon so you can hang it off something. And see, I like to put a little I wanted to call it a hook, a little ring. It's a split ring, so it won't like bend out of shape. Yeah, he's adorable. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you will check out my YouTube channel as well as look at my blog and find the pattern for it, and I'm going to post that here again. And have a nice day.